Welcome back. You're watching our special broadcast on the counting of the Bihar Assembly elections. Bihar is a state in eastern India with a very, very politically aware electorate. And let's tell you about the numbers that we are getting so far. The trends show that BJP is ahead on 50 seats. The JDU is ahead on 32 seats. The RJD so far is ahead on 49 seats. So the BJP so far, as per the very early trends, because the counting has just about begun at 8 a.m., is right now doing the best or better than all others. So far, looking like the single largest party. This could change, of course, with time. These are very, very early trends. We'll keep you updated on that. We'll also bring you analysis from ground as well as from the studios. Our reporters will be joining us from ground and an analyst will be joining us in the studios to analyze the counting as it progresses through the day. I am Munmin Bhattacharya. With me is my colleague Mark Lin.
Namaskar, and yes, of course, it's a very big day for Bihar, but let's get you the headlines that we are following at this hour. Counting for the assembly elections in the Indian state of Bihar today after record voter turnout in 2 phases, elaborate security arrangements are in place in the 46 centers across the state.
Security tightened across Delhi as probe into the deadly Red Fort blast expands. Traffic police asks travellers to reach early to avoid queues at airports and railway stations.
The BBC apologizes to Donald Trump over the speech edit, but they reject defamation claim. They say that they have no plans to rebroadcast this documentary on Panorama.
Global philanthropies unite to combat rising climate health risks with $300 million pledge at COP30. Brazil launches plan for climate-related health policy. Absolutely. So let's look at the numbers, Mark, as they stand right now, as per the trends that we are getting. And they are very accurate and credible figures that we have. The RJD is right now at 52 seats, leading at 52 seats. The BJP leading at 51 seats. The JDU leading at 34 seats. And the Congress leading at 6 seats. So it's a very neck-and-neck contest as it looks.
Yes, here indeed. These are the graphics on your screen. 74. No, in fact, this is the result of 2020, actually, that we are looking at.
Yes,
these
are
the
2020
results
figures.
of 2020, so that we can contrast it with the current trends that are coming in. And now we can see that these are the trends that are coming in 2025.
A neck-and-neck contest between the RJD and the BJP. In the last few elections, we have seen that the RJD had emerged as the single largest party. But the BJP too had done extremely well in terms of vote share as well. And we are seeing a neck-and-neck contest between the RJD, which leads the opposition Mahagathbandhan, and the BJP, which leads the NDA. Remember, the NDA is in power there. Nitish Kumar has been the chief minister for a little over 19 years cumulatively, and he is now hoping to get yet another term at the helm after being the chief minister for 20 years in Bihar.
Indeed, so we can see a neck-and-neck battle between the BJP and the RJD for the main party, or the party that emerges as the the leading party, the party with the most number of seats. But of course, we need to know that a coalition needs 122 seats to form the government. So that is the figure that we need to look at. And combined, the NDA is currently with the JDU and the LJP in the pole position to reach there. The RJD, though ahead of the BJP in terms of the number of seats it has currently leading in, it does not have the support from its coalition partners as yet. So we're going to run a story now. The big questions confronting voters ahead of counting. One, will it be a straight fight between the NDA and the opposition alliance?
It looks like that, yes. And of course, how will smaller parties perform? Again, the number game has already begun, but let's take a look at the main parties and their alliances.
Bihar is all set to have a fresh spell its assembly with the announcement of assembly election winners on the 14th of November. A fierce competition was seen in the campaigning phase between Mahagathbandhan's Tejaswi Yadav and NDA's Nitish Kumar for the chief ministerial position, with others slightly lagging behind in making an impact on the voters. However, the results will clear the air sooner.
हमारे लिए बिहार के लिए सीएम तो मुझे नीतीश कुमार चाहिए।
सीएम पोजीशन के लिए सबसे बढ़िया दावेदार तो नीतीश है, उसके बाद में चिराग पासवान है।
आरजेडी फुल बहुमत से बनेगा, प्लस उसके साथ जितना महागठबंधन है वो लोग भी फुल बहुमत लाएगा।
नीतीश कुमार ही है। क्यों? वो बिहार में बहुत प्रोग्रेस किए हैं।
अच्छा।
देखिए ये जो 6 लाइन बहुत सारा मतलब बहुत हर एक जगह ये रोड बनाए हैं, विकलांग लोग का पेंशन भी बढ़ाए हैं, ये नीतीश कुमार ही ने किए हैं।
Both the strongholds are fielding with alliances on each side. The NDA has 5 constituents: Bharatiya Janata Party, Nitish Kumar's Janata Dal United, Chirag Paswan's Lok Janshakti Party, Jitin Ram Manjhi's Hindustani Awam Morcha, and the Rashtriya Lok Morcha of Upendra Kushwaha. Whereas the opposition's Mahagathbandhan consists of 7 national and regional parties. These include Rashtriya Janata Dal and the Indian National Congress. Left parties include the Communist Party of India (CPI), Communist Party of India Marxist-Leninist Liberation, and Communist Party of India Marxist. Apart from the Mukesh Sahani's Vikashsheel Insan Party and Indrajit Prasad Gupta's Indian Inclusive Party are also contesting the Bihar Assembly elections 2025 under the banner of Mahagathbandhan. Between these grand alliances, Prashant Kishore's Jan Suraj Party also tried to make a mark. However, the results will soon clarify on who won people's mandate.
While the campaigning showed a fierce rivalry between Nitish Kumar and Tejaswi Yadav for the post of Chief Minister, here people say that they go for Nitish Kumar, but few of them have the support to RJD as well. Now, the final counting day will decide that who takes the chief ministerial position here in Bihar Assembly elections. With camera person Manmohan, this is Deepika reporting for DD India from Patna, Bihar.
And our colleague Abhishek is standing by. He is going to give us a breakdown of the state and, where the votes matter. And let's go across to him to get a deeper understanding of the situation.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. So counting is underway and early trends have also started coming in. Well, I'll show you the map of Bihar first. This is the map of Bihar, and then we'll try to break it down further. So that will tell us where the state is leading. If you talk about the region-wise leads here, so Tirut, which has 49 assembly seats, NDA is leading in 17 seats, and Mahagathbandhan is leading in 8 seats. Mithila, if you talk about, this is a very important region of Bihar, 30 assembly seats. NDA is leading in 11 and Mahagathbandhan in 5. Kosi, in NDA is leading in 2, and this is neck and neck going on here between NDA and Mahagathbandhan. Simhanchal, if we talk about significant Muslim population here, 24 assembly seats here in Simhanchal. NDA is leading in 5 and Mahagathbandhan, they are leading in 8 seats here. Bhojpur, 46 assembly seats, NDA 12 and Mahagathbandhan 10. Ang, 28 assembly seats, 10 for NDA as of now. Remember, these are the early trends that we are showing you, and gradually as the day progresses, we'll tell you the confirmed seats also. 9 for Mahagathbandhan in Ang Magad usually sets the tone. 53 assembly seats here, 15 so far. These are the early trends. So 15 for NDA and 9 for Mahagathbandhan. So total 69. NDA is leading in 69 seats overall, and 51 for Mahagathbandhan as of now. So if you talk about the important districts also, so these are the important districts, and if I break it down further, so Patna, Gaya and Muzaffarpur, these are the important districts, and these basically set the tone. They tell the mood of the entire district. So if I break it down further, so if you go to Patna here, so these are the candidates who are leading from these From Mokama, Anand Kumar Singh from JDU is leading. From Bankipur, Nitin Nabin from BJP is leading. So Kumrar, Krishna Chandra Sinha from JSP is leading. Patna Sahib, Ratnesh Kumar from BJP. Danapur, so these are the candidates from Maner, Paliganj and Danapur. So they are leading from Patna districts. And if you talk about Muzaffarpur also, so from Gaighat, Komal Singh from JDU. Aurai, BJP is leading. Meenapur, Ajay Kumar from JDU. Bochahan, Amar Kumar Paswan from RJD. And so these are the early trends, and they are leading from their respective places. If you talk about Nalanda also, so these are the candidates who are leading from Asthavan and Nalanda. So Ravi Ranjan Kumar from RJD is leading, and Shravan Kumar from JDU is leading from Nalanda. And Gaya in particular, if we talk about, so these are the candidates who are leading from Gaya, both Gaya, Kumar Sarvajit from RJD, Gaya Town, Tikri, Belaganj and Athri. So these are the candidates who are leading from Gaya. Bhagalpur, if we talk about, so these are the two candidates. INC, Ajit Sharma from INC is leading from Bhagalpur, and from Nathnagar, Sheikh Zayol Hassan is from RJD is leading. Darbhanga, if you talk about, so these are the candidates who are leading from Darbhanga. So Ali Nagar, Darbhanga, Bhadarpur, so these are the candidates who are leading from Darbhanga. So that's the state of play as of now, and as we move further, we'll try and make a sense of where actually the state is leaning. Back to you, Munmun and Mark.
Well, thank you, Abhishek, for joining us with that. So let's look at the current picture as it stands as of now. We understand that it is the RJD leading at in 58 seats. So RJD is leading on 58 seats currently. BJP is leading on 57 seats. JDU is leading on 46 seats. Congress is leading on 8 seats. So it is again a neck-and-neck contest between the BJP and the RJD. It is flipping either way. Sometimes the BJP is ahead by a seat or two. Sometimes the RJD is ahead by a seat or two. Aditi Tandon, senior journalist, continues to be with us. But before that, do we have our reporters joining us from ground?
Indeed, we do have Deepika and Gautam. They are with us as well. Let's go across to both of them. Gautam, let me start with you. So we are seeing trends. They are firming up. You know, what are the expectations? What's the pulse like on the ground? I mean, are people saying that these trends are likely to continue?
Well, that's very difficult to say, Mark, because we've just come to the JDU office here, and right now, if I were to show you around, we just have a few media persons milling around, because most of the leaders, I guess, are still home watching the results in the privacy of their own residences rather than coming to the party office, although extensive arrangements have also been made here at the party office in a very large conference hall where hundreds of people could sit and watch the trends on different television news networks, but hardly any people around. In any case, as I had mentioned earlier as well, there will not, highly unlikely that there will be any premature celebrations, because anything premature is not good, especially celebrating the results of Bihar elections has been proven to be not good back in 2015 when the election result had flipped from the initial trends completely, a whole 180 degrees, and nobody will then, if they remember the experience of 2015, will repeat that mistake. So people will watch very closely, because as we have given trends here, the matter is still a bit neck and neck, at least between the RJD and the BJP, but it's the JDU which really brings weight to the NDA fold, where the Congress does not. Excuse me.
Right.
And in some other networks, we've already seen the NDA as a whole even crossing not just the halfway mark, but also their tally from the existing Legislative Assembly of Bihar. So, but these again are very early trends. Maybe a couple of rounds of counting has taken place as far as the EVM is concerned. The postal ballots would still be perhaps being counted. So very early to say as to who really has the edge in this case. People will wait at least till 10 o'clock, if not 11, to really come out and start celebrating, distributing sweets and bursting firecrackers.
Yes, let's go across to Deepika now. Deepika, what's the buzz where you are?
Yes, Monmon, we are right now at the counting center, and if we look at the constituencies, you showed our viewers the seat-wise result, and if we take a look at the constituencies here, so 19, the early trend says that out of 243, 19 on which Bharatiya Janata Party is currently leading at 8 constituencies, Janata Dal United at 4, Lok Jan Shakti Party at 3, INC, which is the Indian National Congress, and 2, and apart from that RJD at 2 as well. So if we talk about it, there are important constituencies here, especially Orai, where Rama Nishad from Bharatiya Janata Party is currently leading, and also Betia, from where Renu Devi of again Bharatiya Janata Party is leading. You know, both of them are female names, the female candidates. However, there are only 9% representation of women in this entire election when we talk about, but both the seats where the early trend says that women are leading at these seats. And apart from that, both Gaya, we have the early trend for that also, where Lok Jan Shakti Party, Ram Vilas's Shamdev Paswan, this party also comes under the NDA alliance, is currently leading. So as you told our viewers that there is a neck-to-neck fight which is going on between the Mahagathbandhan and the NDA, we can witness that from the early trends as well. We will continue to have these results updated minute by minute. Munmun.
Right, Deepika and Gautam, we'd request you to stay with us and also get us more updates from ground. We'll now go across to Aditi Tandon. Aditi ji, look at the figures that we have. BJP leading on 63 seats, JDU leading on 58 seats. So right now, BJP is leading the pack, followed closely by the RJD and followed closely by the JDU. So again, now the JDU is also in the contest to be number 1. So again, a close fight as far as the 3 parties are concerned. But if you look at the alliances, then it's clear that NDA is well ahead of the Mahagathbandhan. What do you make of this?
Yeah, you're right, Munmun. In fact, the trends, the most credible trends right now that we have are from the Election Commission of India, which has just put out a tally list where they are saying that 19 trends are out. Out of 19 trends right now, Munmun, the NDA appears comfortably ahead. In fact, not neck and neck, but comfortably ahead. Out of 19, 15 leads are going to the NDA. 8 to BJP, 4 to Janata Dal United, and 3 to Ram Vilas Lok Jan Shakti Party. INC has 2 and RJD has 2. These are 2 each, so that makes 4. Yes. So it's 15 for NDA, 4 for Mahagathbandhan. Right now, as per the latest.
Yeah, that ECI is on the website really of the ECI. But
what we are following, ma'am, is we have trends for 203 seats already, and we are clearly seeing that you know, the political landscape of Bihar doesn't seem to be changing. It's pretty much the same. It seems to be solidified in a sense, and even though there's a larger voter turnout, lots more women, lots more young people have come out. They are choosing the same things.
Yeah, but I think around 100 seats are yet to be, you know, factored in almost. If we are to wait for that. The main thing to watch out for, there'll be 3 things to watch out for today in the results. One is who will make the single largest party cut. Last time it was the RJD, very marginally, 1 seat only. 75 RJD had got, 74 BJP had got.
Our figures are showing that the NDA has crossed, is now 130 seats together.
That's what, 122 is the halfway
so they've
mark.
already crossed the halfway mark. So clearly in pole position to form the government, in fact, very comfortable majority so far.
The second thing, Munmun, that we have to watch out for is the Congress pulling the RJD down. This is
yet
one
again,
trend.
but this time big time.
This time big time. See, this is the problem which is being encountered by regional allies of the Congress across parties. This is the problem TMC has had with alliance equations with the Congress in Bengal. Again, JMM had with the Congress in Jharkhand. And you know, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been using the term Parjeevi for the Congress party, that it's a parasite, that it actually lives off the other major dominant alliance partners. So in case the Congress doesn't perform well or it doesn't improve its tally, the regional allies of the Congress party will really have to go back to the drawing board, and there'll be problems with the Congress party's dominance within what we know as the India bloc, which is not as firm right now as it was on the eve of Lok Sabha elections.
Right. Again, looking at the way the smaller parties are performing, it was always expected, at least in the run-up to the polls and even during the exit polls, and you've been to Bihar as well, that the smaller parties will not hold sway, they will not be in a position to play kingmaker. It is true that no political party in Bihar ever has been able to get a simple majority on its own. Like you haven't
Correct.
crossed the 50% seat mark on its own, not
Correct.
even in 1977, not even in 1962.
Yeah.
But it was also at the same time clear that it will not be a hung verdict. So do you think that these smaller players, their relevance was overemphasized during the election, like the Jan Swaraj party?
Munmun, I think you are right, because Bihar is not a state that is comparable to other states of the country. For instance, we were very excited when Arvind Kejriwal came up with the Aam Aadmi party, and he defeated Sheila Dikshit in his inaugural election, in his maiden debut election. Here the Jan Swaraj party was the party being watched out for. Prashant Kishore started off well, but what I believe where he lost steam was really when he declared that he is not himself going to contest an election. He is a young man, a strategist. Had he been leading from the front, perhaps the result for Jan Swaraj party would have been different. Similarly, established regional parties in Bihar have a significant sway, Munmun, because LJP under Chirag Paswan showed in 2020 elections that they can play major spoiler. A major party that was responsible for pulling down the numbers of JDU in the last election was the Lok Jan Shakti party. They fielded candidates in 135 seats, won only one seat, but played a big time spoiler by catching how many? Around 6% votes. Now what I want to watch out for is what is the vote share of these small parties. For instance, Prashant Kishore, how much is he able to garner in terms of the vote share, and whether it is being converted into votes. Your tally is showing 7 seats for Jan Swaraj party, which is not bad for a debut party. But I think all these new parties, at least, Prashant Kishore will play a spoiler. He will play a spoiler. And of course, the other established parties, because they fit into the caste matrix of Bihar, unfortunately, Munmun, we cannot discount the caste factor yet. In Bihar, there are seats in this state which have never been won by a person of another caste. Madhepura, for instance, if you look at the Madhepura seat, it is a classic case of how important caste politics is in the Bihar elections. It's a seat that has never been won by a non-Yadav, never in the history of the state. Will Madhepura go to a non-Yadav today? If it goes to a non-Yadav,
there is Kavita Kumari Saha, the JDU, who is a non-Yadav contesting from there.
If she wins, she'll make history today.
Absolutely.
Let's go across, in fact, and the counting is underway for the Bihar Assembly elections. The atmosphere is already pretty good at the BJP headquarters in New Delhi. Bihar's
special sattu parathas, in fact.
Sattu parathas,
Sattu parathas, yes. And jalebis are being prepared for visitors. Let's watch this report by correspondent Siddharth Bharadwaj.
Well, the result for Bihar Assembly election will be out today. The result for 243 seats will be out today. And I am here at the BJP headquarters, and it seems like the celebration has already started. You can see here the traditional sattu ka paratha is being made here. And sattu is very famous in Bihar. And you can see sattu ka paratha being made by the people here. Along with that, Indian traditional delicacy, sweet jalebi, is also being made. Well, seems like the environment is already in a celebratory mode, wherein the result of 243 seats will be out today. The main competition is between the NDA and Mahagathbandhan. Well, the exit polls have also shown that the NDA is making the government in the state of Bihar with a clear majority. But as the trends evolve through the day, we will only get to know who is making the government in the state of Bihar. With camera person Bimlesh, this is Siddharth Bharadwaj reporting for DD India in New Delhi.
Let's go across once again to Deepika and Gautam, who are standing by, giving us the feel from the ground there in Bihar. Gautam, you know, as the trends seem to be coming in and they seem to be solidifying, we can clearly see that, the young voter and the woman voter must have voted in a particular way. What do you think was on the minds of the young voters, especially the first-time voters this time round in Bihar?
Well, good question, Mark, because if these trends bear out, they clearly show that once again faith is being reposed in the leadership of Nitish Kumar, who represents the NDA here as the Chief Minister and has been Chief Minister for nearly the last 2 decades, 19 years and a few months, and this will be his 5th term if he gets that. So that's huge. It's an unprecedented feat in this state since India gained independence, and the kind of turnout increase that we saw, and especially among women and the youth, tells us that they have favored the ruling coalition because they feel that the ruling coalition has delivered as per their needs and aspirations. We've seen over the course of, especially since the period of 2014, and especially when Nitish Kumar allied with the BJP and became part of the NDA, a lot of the centre's developmental work and a lot of social schemes have also come to bear in terms of adding to what the Nitish Kumar government had planned, had come out with its policies, which is why you've seen women being the beneficiaries of 10,000 rupees in their accounts as well, and more being laid out for people who turn towards either entrepreneurship or in any case in any form of self-employment as well. Plus we've seen how the infrastructure has been boosted. Patna has a metro now, double-decker flyover. There's a Makhana board being talked about that will come about. It's already been initiated, in fact, in Darbhanga. There's an AIMS Darbhanga. There are a lot of things that stand out which tell people that, Bihar is also coming up. The kind of economic progress that Bihar has seen, 11+% of GDP, state GDP growth over the last so many years, again tells us that people in Bihar are reposing faith. They are confident that this government can do well for Bihar. They also remember the kind of history that was there when Lalu and Rabri were chief ministers. Jungle Raj was a phrase that was associated with them. The BJP and the JDU have not really lost any breath in terms of reminding the people of that because Tejasvi Yadav, leader of the RJD, the chief ministerial face of the opposition, was also part of a coalition government earlier, which did not survive with Nitish Kumar because of that very reason. So people are aware of what the ground realities are, and they've decided.
Yes, coming to Deepika, to you now, has the development narrative really caught on, and are the people juxtaposing the Jungle Raj years or the law of the jungle years to the development that they are seeing all around them? Do you think that that explains not just the voter turnout but also the early trends?
If we talk about the early trends, the 3-figure mark that the NDA has already touched upon, and the fact that the NDA is leading. Earlier we were talking about a neck-to-neck fight between the Mahagathbandhan and the NDA, but then NDA seems to be on a clear lead now as compared to the Mahagathbandhan. And the others, especially the Jan Swaraj Party, they clearly failed to open their account. And also the fact that few of the women who are leading on certain positions in the name of Bharatiya Janata Party, they are also leading. So here that clearly showcases a very clear picture that people have voted for development, people have voted for women empowerment, and people have voted for more job opportunities. And as we were showcasing you the picture of developed Patna yesterday, and as Gautam also told that how many opportunities have come so far, especially in the recent years and especially in the last decade, and with the double engine power of BJP coming in with the Chief Minister Nitish Kumar and his party, clearly showcases that it has once again won the hearts of the people. However early trends they are, but if we go by that only, that also the 3-figure mark, it clearly showcases that all the initiatives that Nitish Kumar has taken so far, the free cycles, the 10,000 rupees beneficiary transaction to the beneficiaries, and all other initiatives that they've taken, and especially the recent job employment opportunities, also giving them more employment opportunities with the opening various other portals in different departments of the government as well at the very right time, that is at the time of election, can be seen in the results, in the early trend that we are witnessing right now with that 3-figure mark at which NDA is leading right now.
Indeed, Ms. Tandon, so we can see that, as our correspondents are saying, people are probably also evaluating the man of the match, or let's say the person who's been batting for a long time. So in this context, what would you think? I mean, is this, as the trends are coming and people are saying that, yes, he's done a good job. And they are also saying, that perhaps the RJD is the family structure is not working out. Things like that. What do you think is on the minds of the Bihar voter right now?
See, Nitish Kumar, Mark, is a very interesting phenomenon in the landscape of Bihar. He is a very long-serving chief minister. He's not been well, visibly not been well, although he's been very active on the campaign trail. And in fact, he's beaten Rahul Gandhi and Tejaswi Yadav on the campaign trail. But what Nitish Kumar brings to the table is that when the long reign of RJD ended in 2005, that was the time when Nitish Kumar seized the pulse of the state. He was the first chief minister who provided a healing touch to the women of Bihar, because you see, Mark, in the long years of RJD rule in Bihar, which were indeed marked by lawlessness and a lot of hooliganism, there was a surge in Marxist violence. Women could not get out of their houses at night in the evenings. So the moment Nitish Kumar came, he realized that this particular segment of society has borne the brunt of the lawlessness of RJD rule. He started providing a healing touch in the shape of, some doles in the form of government support, then a lot of enabling features that came in for the girl children. He introduced the cycles, then he started giving free uniforms. He did a lot of those things. So he started empowering a constituency that was long disregarded. Those women who were children at that time are voters today. So this surge in the women vote should not surprise us at all. This is not a constituency that has turned in favor of the NDA only by 10,000 rupees being put into their accounts just now in September. It was September 23 when Prime Minister, disbursed this amount. It is a long nurtured constituency. It is not a day's job. You cannot turn around voters' minds by simple doles. Indian voters are not so stupid that they'll be bought over only by money overnight. So I think the lesson that the political
There was one
parties,
example of that
as
well, if you remember. There was a controversy around one particular leader
trying to do that.
Yeah.
The point I'm trying to make is the opposition, especially the Congress. I would be very worried about the Congress. The regional allies are still pulling their weight, but it's the Congress that's pulling them down. What I want to say is that the Congress party, as the principal opposition party in this country, needs to realize that it has to find a place in the hearts of the people. How do you do that? You do that with long years of slogging. It is not a day's job. It is not politics is not it is not something that you can turn around in a week, or just with narratives that you keep jumping from one issue to another. For instance, Congress has had multiple narratives, from EVMs now to vote chori, but there has not been a consistent narrative that they have been able to sustain with the people. India is an emotional country. Human rights, matters of democratic rights of people, importance of institutions, these things matter to us. But is the opposition able to articulate the concerns of the people in the language that the people understand? I don't think that's happening.
Absolutely, and considering how the Election Commission responded to it, and how the independent media also came up with reports showing that there was really no vote chori, and what exactly happened has been happening for decades, and those corrective measures in terms of one photograph being there against the name of a lot of electors is not something that was new, and it was not deliberate either. But let's get an update from ground as well. Siddharth Bharadwaj, my colleague and correspondent, joining us from the BJP headquarters. Siddharth, you brought to us the festive spirit from the BJP headquarters in New Delhi. You told us about jalebis and sattu parathas being prepared. Tell us more about what's the pulse there, what's the mood there like?
First of all, a very good morning to you, Munmun, and to Mark both. And since the time we came here, it was around 8 a.m. and the mood was already celebratory here, with sattu parathas being made and jalebis being made, which is a traditional Indian delicacy, for all the visitors, for everyone, for all the media personnel who were coming here. people here, the party workers and the senior leaders are very much confident that the NDA is forming the government in the state of Bihar. However, they are not in a mood of pre-celebration for obvious reasons, because as the trends would evolve during the day and the picture would be transparent, then the celebrations will begin. But then they are pretty confident that the NDA is making the government in Bihar. We all know that these elections were historic. When it comes to the total voter turnout, and when it comes to the women participation in these elections, when we talk about the numbers, it's 67.13% of voter turnout, and which is absolutely historic. And when we talk about the women participation, the women voter turnout, it's somewhere around 71%, which is roughly 8.8% more than the men voter turnout. That goes on to show that how people, and especially women, are aware, and they don't now understand the value of the vote. So that's why they were coming in large numbers to vote. And we had a conversation when I was there, for the second phase when the polling was happening, and you asked me about the issues. What are the issues for which they are coming out from their houses and voting? And I told you again, they are saying that they are voting for the development. They said that they are voting for the development. They are very happy with the way the current government is functioning, but still they want development. There is still room for development. They need better job opportunities, better road infrastructure, better overall infrastructure. Migration is major issue for which the women were coming out and voting. They're saying that when there will be more job opportunities here in the state itself, people don't have to go outside, and thus they will take care of their families in a much better way. Apart from that, it will also increase the overall economy of the entire state. So these are some of the issues. But on the top of every issue, there is the peace and calmness in the state that is there, for which people are voting, and they're saying that we want this kind of environment in the state to continue. Because over the years there has been a lot of ups and downs in that state, but as far as the present condition is concerned, people are very happy with the calmness that the state is witnessing. So that is the reason why they are voting for that. And also the huge voter turnout by women also marks them as independent and influential voter bloc. Apart from, there has been schemes from the center, there has been schemes from the state, for example, Mukhyamantri Mahila Rozgar Yojana. Yes. And there are some other schemes as well, providing school uniforms to the children, providing bicycles to the children. And also, you have schemes on the center as well. Yes. For example, Ujjwala Yojana and other schemes as well. So that really created a direct impact on the households, and the women were really happy. They were coming out in large numbers, and they were voting. And in fact, at ground zero when I was there, we had a word with so many voters. We had a word with first-time voters as well, and all of them had the same statement, that they are voting for development. They want to see Bihar as a developed state, and with the way the current government is functioning, it is very much possible. So they are coming out in large numbers, they are voting, and as we all know, I would like to say again that these elections in the state were absolutely historic. I'm here at the BJP headquarters, and you can see the atmosphere behind me. It's quite electric since the morning. People are coming here. The jalebis are being made. The dahi jalebi, which is very famous in India. Of course, the sattu paratha, and apart from that, there are some other dishes as well. So the party workers, the senior party members are very confident. But then, since early trends are there, they are not up for the pre-celebration. The trends will evolve, and the celebration will certainly start.
Absolutely.
So
preparations are there already. Yes, but they'll roll out in a bit.
Keep you away from the snacks for a while, Siddharth. But you were in Bihar for some time, and you were talking about your experiences there, and you talked about the migration issue. That brought to my mind, were there any the issues, were there any different in the rural areas as well as in the urban areas?
Yeah, Mark, when we bifurcate the issues, if we see the overall picture, the issues are same. But then, when we go to the rural areas, the main issue was the road infrastructure. They are saying that they want better road infrastructures, which is actually happening as per them. But still, like I said, there is more room for development, the better road infrastructure, the overall development. And the main issue was the state of calmness, the state of peace in the state, for which everyone was very happy about. That's what I'm telling you about the rural areas. When you go in the urban areas, the better education, better overall development, the women empowerment. That the women empowerment is something both urban and rural issue has the common issue. So they want financial empowerment, and migration, as you just mentioned, and I also talked to you about, migration remains one of the top issues among all, wherein people are saying that more and more job opportunities would be created in the state, so people don't have to go outside. So when they are in the state, they can take care of their families in a much better way. They don't have to just because they come here during the festivals or some other important occasions, and when they will have job here within the state, they will be staying here, they will be taking care of their families in a much better way, and also it will boost the overall economy of the state of Bihar. So that remains one of the major issues. Apart from that, financial empowerment is something, women empowerment is something, migration also, better education system, road infrastructure, overall development of the state. So these are some of the issues which are common in both urban and rural areas. I've just mentioned you some. There are some other issues as well. So when people came out in large numbers, I went to different polling booths. We had a conversation that time also, Mark, if you remember, and I showed you how systematically the voting was being done, how systematically people were coming. There were separate queues for men and women, and very peacefully, in a very systematic manner, the voting was being done. All credit goes to the Election Commission of India and the security measures they taken up during the polling time, wherein there were webcasting facility was also available on all 45,399 booths in the second phase, and overall there are around 90,000 polling booths. So on every booth, the webcasting facility was available for the real-time monitoring. Also, people were not allowed to take the smartphones inside. So there was a security measure taken up by the Election Commission of India, which is absolutely amazing, and that is the reason why we witnessed the peaceful polling in the state of Bihar. And now this is the result day, and it is the major fight is between, as we all know, between the NDA and the Mahagathbandhan.
Yes, but is there a fight? Now the question is there a fight?
But
yes, Siddharth, we'll come to you. You've told us comprehensively about the mood there at the BJP headquarters, about the various elections issues that are there in rural and urban areas, as well as how the Election Commission has done good management. Let's tell the big picture to the viewers now. NDA leading on 155 seats, and the Mahagathbandhan is far behind on just 77 seats. So there is a huge gap between the NDA and the MGP. The question is the MGP, particularly the various constituents within the MGP, including the RJD, being able to give any fight, particularly to the BJP, which is really leading the pack on 75 seats. The BJP is leading, followed by JDU on 70 seats, if you just look at the political parties, and then followed by the RJD on 62 seats. Remember, 162 is the two-third majority mark. So if these seats really consolidate, if this number consolidates going forward, then this would mean that the NDA might be close to the two-third majority mark as well, because 122 is the halfway mark, but the two-third majority mark is 162. The NDA is currently at around 154 to 155 seats.
Well, for a person who's observing the elections for the first time or something, they will see three parties standing out. That is the BJP, the JDU and the RJD. The others are all bit players in this election. But of course, we have to look at it from within coalitions, and we can see that since the BJP and the JDU were together in this fight, then you have to look at them as a collective. And you say that the RJD and the Congress were together, so you have to look at them as a collective. And then you see that there is a vast gulf between these two coalitions as the parties emerge. But Ms. Tandon, how would you view the JDU's performance, which is almost as good as the BJP's this time round?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to watch out for, because JDU was hugely dented because of the presence of LJP in the previous election cycle 2020. I recall that in that election, around 135 candidates had been fielded by Chirag Paswan. It was a very important election because the patriarch of the party, Ramvilas Paswan, had just died. He died in the middle of the election cycle. The son, Chirag Paswan, had taken over the entire political legacy of his father. And there were troubles a lot of troubles in fact, between the JDU and LJP in 2020. LJP contested outside of the NDA. Mark, the thing that we need to factor in, why this performance is coming and why are we looking at this tally right now, is that the BJP as the senior partner in Bihar did a lot of groundwork to bring Chirag Paswan and Nitish Kumar on the same table.
Okay.
There were a lot of heartburns between these two people. They could not see eye to eye until 5 years ago, but not only did they come together, Chirag Paswan, you remember, on the eve of elections was giving open statements against Nitish Kumar on the issue of lawlessness. And then suddenly there was a narrative turnaround, everybody sat on the table. The day the BJP managed to seal the alliance and put up a united front was the actual day when they sent out a clear message to the voters that we are one. Once the caste combinations in the very complex political structure of Bihar came together for the NDA, then it was just a matter of amplification of narratives. Prime Minister Modi went to, Karpuri Thakur's hometown in Samastipur. That was his first rally, I remember, and made it very clear to the voters that Narendra or Nitish ye chunav ladne ja rahe hain.
Okay.
So that whole ambiguity around the future of Nitish Kumar, he is a very important leader, Mark. You just cannot discount Nitish Kumar. He is the only constant factor in every winning alliance of Bihar starting from 2005.
Yes.
The only constant.
Right, indeed.
Right, let's also tell our viewers that Bihar is witnessing a massive change during the assembly elections. It's a change from Jangal Raj to 0 repolls. In the 1985 Bihar elections, if we give you some historical perspective, 63 deaths were recorded and repolling took place in 156 booths. In the 1990 Bihar elections, 87 deaths were recorded. In the 1995 Bihar elections, former Chief Election Commissioner of India, T.N. Seshan, postponed Bihar elections 4 times due to unprecedented violence and electoral malpractices. Again, in 2005 Bihar elections, repolling was done in 660 booths due to violence and malpractice. Massive change is being witnessed this year with 0 repolling and 0 violence being witnessed as well.
Well, indeed, that's quite a significant change one can see in the way the elections have been conducted, and also perhaps another reason for the high voter turnout, because people are confident that they are coming in a safe environment to vote.
Yes, again, talking of the numbers, here you are seeing the MGB, the Mahagathbandhan, which is the opposition alliance, RJD leading there on 65 seats, followed by the Congress on 14 seats, the VIP on 1 seat, the CPI-ML on 1 seat, CPI on 1 seat, and IIP and CPM are yet to open their account, even as far as leads are concerned.
Munmun,
Yes.
if you would allow me.
Yeah, very quickly, let's go across first to Abhishek Mahajan, my colleague, who will bring us more perspective on the counting process that is underway. Yes, Abhishek.
Numbers are moving, leads are shifting, and I'll tell you a very important statistics, Munmun. If you see the vote share here, so BJP they have a huge lead of 40% of vote share. We saw bumper voting this time around, 67% overall. If you take the average, 69% in the second phase. First phase also crossed 65%. So you see, it is not only taking the lead, it also tells us that it is setting a broad base. BJP setting a broad base across regions. So JDU 7%, you can see the difference between BJP and the other parties. LJP 4%, Indian National Congress 8%, RJD 20%. If you compare it with 2020, BJP had got 19% of vote share, JDU 15%. So you can see the huge difference there. And if we go back to the VIP seats, if we categorize this further, so if we talk about Mokama here, so who's leading? We'll talk about it. So Anand Kumar Singh from JDU is leading from Mokama, and you can see it can change also. 2,716 is the vote margin. He's got 4,524 as of now. So these are the early trends. Remember, we are showing you Veena Devi. JDU candidate Anand Kumar Singh is leading, and if you talk about 2022 election, Anand Kumar Singh RJD had won the seat. If you talk about Betia also, Renu Devi of BJP is leading 2,811 votes. So vote margin is very less, so it can change also. So numbers are quickly moving. And Washi Ahmed from Indian National Congress, so he is behind, he's trailing, and the votes that he has got so far is 2,215. So we have told about Mokama, we have told about Betia. If you go to Danapur here, so these are the VIP seats that we are telling you. Reet Lal Roy from RJD is leading, and BJP's candidate Ram Kripal Yadav here is trailing. So, but again, the vote margin is very less here, so numbers can quickly change and it can shift also. So region-wise leads, if you can quickly give this update also. NDA is leading in 146 seats overall, Mahagathbandhan 73. And if you go to Tirhut once again, which has the highest seats, 49 seats I should say. So BJP, if you compare it with 2020 also, so BJP had 125 seats there in 2020. In Tirhut region in particular, if we talk about in 2025, they are leading in 22 seats. JDU had won 6 seats in 2020 and they have 10 in 2025. In fact, they are leading with 10 seats. LJP, they could not open their account in 2020. They are leading in 3 seats here. So this is the figure as of now, and Simanchal, like we spoke about it earlier also. So in 2020, BJP had won 8 seats here. In Simanchal, 7 they are leading this time around. In 2025, JDU had won 4 seats and they are leading in 2 seats as of now. Lok Janshakti Party, they could not open their account in 2020, and you can see the same figure, although it can change also. And Indian National Congress 5 in 2020, and they are leading in 5 states here. So if you talk about the important districts also, we spoke about it earlier also. So Patna again, if I talk about Patna here, so the candidate list it will show. So these are the candidates who are leading from Mokama, Fulwari, Danapur. So these are the candidates that are leading from Patna. And if you go to Muzaffarpur, very important district, Muzaffarpur is also. So these are the candidates who are leading from Muzaffarpur also. Ram Nishad from BJP is leading from Aurai. Sahibganj, Raju Kumar Singh is leading. And from Gai Ghat, Komal Singh from JDU is leading. And if you quickly go to Nalanda also, so these are the candidates who are leading from Nalanda. Gaya, if you go quickly there, so Shamdeo Paswan from LJP is leading. From Atri, if we talk about, Baijan Devi from RJD is leading. Gurua, Imamganj, Gaya town. So these are the candidates who are leading from from Gaya up in particular. If we talk about Bhagalpur, so these are the candidates who are leading from Bhagalpur and from Darbhanga. So this is the list from Darbhanga. So from Alinagar, Maithili Thakur from BJP is leading. And Darbhanga rural, this is very important. Lalit Kumar Yadav from RJD is leading, and Darbhanga from Hayaghat also, Ramchandra Prasad from BJP is leading. So these are the early trends, so it can quickly change also. So as the stats firm up also, we'll come back again, but this is the state of play as of now. Back to you, Munna.
Oh, absolutely. Just as you were talking, Abhishek, look at the numbers that we have. NDA is at 162. So if this really consolidates, if NDA is able to stick to this number, then that is a 2/3 majority mark. Well over the simple majority mark of 122, a 2/3 majority mark for NDA, which means a massive mandate for NDA if these trends really convert into results with time through the day today. Then we would be having Nitish Kumar back into power and the NDA forming a government yet again. Nitish Kumar has had several terms as chief minister.
Right.
It seems his chief ministerial run is going to continue.
Indeed, and this is a significant statement, political statement made by the people of Bihar. We'll try and understand it in greater detail as our coverage continues. But, you know, it also goes back to the year 2010 when actually the BJP and the JDU swept the polls then as well. So it sort of brings back, you know, that kind of trend.
Absolutely.
Let's wind up now, and we will continue our coverage on the other side. Do stay with us. You're watching DD India, where we are continuing to focus on the Bihar election results.
We'll be back after a breather. Stay tuned.